his finery, Buddy Landel, the Nature Boy. Yeah, Buddy Landel stepping up onto the ring apron. One fall, 15-minute time limit match coming up. His opponent from Memphis, Tennessee at 235 pounds, David Haskins. And from Los Angeles, California, at 229 pounds, the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee, Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, Calhoun refereeing this bout between Buddy Landel, who's made quite a reputation for himself, going against David Haskins, as Buddy takes time out to straighten down the hair and go over and chubby little boy type of gesture on the referee. I don't know what that's all about.
I don't either. Buddy Landel. Well, we hadn't seen him around here for some time. But now, okay, yeah, wants to shake hands with Haskins and then nailed him. Back in the corner, Landel after it. Haskins reverses him into the turnbuckle. Rolls him down, coming off of there, goes for a drop kick. Landel backed up, and David Haskins missed the drop kick. Mistake. Landel has taken advantage and will continue to do so. Out of the ring goes Haskins. He threw him through the ropes. Down on the floor, Landel. Wow, he chopped him.
Referee running Landel back up into the ring, but not before he nailed Haskins with a whale of a chop down on the floor. David needs a turnabout to get this match into where he'll have an upset possibility with Landel, because Landel has been very fierce from the very opening bell. Drags him back through the ropes. Buddy Landel needed the midsection on David Haskins. Winds the arm up.
Landel forced him down to the mat. He's got an arm lock on him. Haskins finds himself in a position not being able to move too much because of the hold that Landel has. Landel breaks the hold, grabs him by the hair, and just rubbing him into the mat there. Landel snaps him over. Haskins again in a position where he can't move much.
Really keeping everything tight on him.
Yeah, he is. Landel wearing him down, punishing him a bit at the same time. Not going for the 3 count. He hasn't had the shoulders pinned yet. 2 minutes, 18 seconds gone in this one. Haskins looking good a couple of times, but Buddy Landel taking command again very quickly each time Haskins makes a move. Right hand to the midsection, and there you see a perfect example of it as Landel grabbed him by the hair, rammed his head into the turnbuckle.
Thanks a lot.
Kind of reverse drop kick he put on him.
Boy, and he was in tight. But Landel can do that. He is a good athlete. He always has been a good wrestler with a deficiency in the charm department.
When you hit the drop kick that close in, well, there's a lot of power when you extend those legs. Landel, that was a right fist, it looked like from this angle.
Referee calling for a break, and he broke it with a right fist. Hooks the arm again, drives Haskins' head down, and now picks him up so that he can bust a big knee into the midsection and body slam. Landel. Ooh, a studied drop of that elbow. What's he going for? Figure 4?
Yep. Figure 4 leg lock. Haskins had to give it up. Yeah. Boy, that figure 4 leg lock is just a hold that wrestlers cannot continue once the opponent gets you in it there. Submission hold virtually every time. Haskins had to give it up, and there the hands raised to Buddy Landel after 3 minutes, 44 seconds of championship wrestling action. So his return to championship wrestling is a victorious one. Our first look coming up, our first look in live action here of J.D. Costello. There he is, and the Mod Squad. Now, they've been in here with some conversation the last 3 or 4 weeks. And here they are, ready to go today in a tag team match on Championship Wrestling. Here come their opponents. And let's go ahead with the official introductions. It's an expiration of time match. The total weight, 467 pounds. Introducing from Tampa, Florida, Thunderbolt Hamilton. And from Memphis, Tennessee, David Haskins. Going against him at 491 pounds from the Badlands of New Orleans, J.D. Costello and Spike and Basher, the Mod Squad. Expiration of time match. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay. We got the press book, I think that's what it is. I don't know whether it's, what's that say on it? Oh, it's the rule book that JD has. It says Mod Squad rule book. I would expect it to be empty. Yeah, Dave.
Either empty or it certainly, I bet, has a different version of the rules than the standard ones, for sure. Spike and Basher, the Mod Squad. Thunderbolt Hamilton, good drop kick. Put both of them down, both Spike and Basher. Feeling the feet. Thunderbolt Hamilton has run one of them out of the ring and the other one back to the corner.
Okay, Basher in the ring now as Spike got zipped out of there in his first appearance. And Thunderbolt is a good test for him because, boy, here's a guy that's got a whale of a background. And he is some kind of heavy-duty wrestler. David Haskins takes over. Basher fires him across the ring, misses. Big flying press by David, a good move, and they don't have the respect, I think, that J.D. Costello would like for him to have.
Oh, from outside, the knee of Spike, and David Haskins caught it right in the back as he was thrown into the ropes. That's Spike with the body slam. He drops down, used the fist. Yeah, he hit him right with a fist. Yeah, J.D. Costello says we're looking at the next Southern Tag Team Champions. I know a couple of guys that are holding the belts right now that are going to have a different idea about
that. Might have just a little bit to say about that.
Yes, indeed. Talking about the Fantastics, of course. Haskins' head slammed into the turnbuckle. Spike and Basher, the Mod Squad. This is Basher in there now. Haskins catches a knee to the midsection. J.D. Costello flamboyant at ringside with his version of the rules tucked under his arm. There's a slam. Costello asking for the crowd support here, and yeah, you hear the reception that gets as he wants applause for the Mod Squad. Spike and Basher making the tag. This is Spike coming in here now.
Haskins up in the air and a backbreaker as Spike drops him down. Both of these guys, looking at them for the first time, they are very stocky. The guys, they don't have any 6'6" frame, but they are really stocky.
Got David Haskins up in the air. Now, one holding him up, the other climbing the ropes, and a flying clothesline that just knocked him back down to the mat. Count is at 1, 2. That's it. That's it for the first fall. It's an expiration of time match, remember, but Spike and Basher, the Mod Squad, J.D. Costello, their manager, and here's J.D. declaring the victory in the ring. Hands raised. You see him over on the left there. All right, this is going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing from Memphis, Tennessee at 235 pounds, David Haskins. And going against him from Tampa, Florida, 232 pounds, Thunderbolt Hamilton. This match will be one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun. David Haskins going against Thunderbolt Hamilton. Larry Hamilton. Hamilton, nice takedown. Got the arm barred. David Haskins on the mat. Haskins, nice move. Puts Hamilton in the ropes, but Hamilton with a shoulder butt puts David Haskins down. Good drop kick by Hamilton. Wow. through the air here around the ring. Thunderbolt Hamilton ends up with the advantage on it, though, as he's got David on the mat and got that left arm stretched out and barred. Haskins sent Hamilton across the way into the turnbuckle. Off the ropes. Hamilton got him with a knee. Haskins bringing the foot up and slamming Hamilton. He's got a cover on him. Count of one is all he can get, though. Haskins off the ropes. Hamilton powers him down to the mat. Count is at 1 and 2. He got him. Minute 22 seconds of action. Good action, too, as David Haskins going against Thunderbolt Hamilton. But Thunderbolt Hamilton ends up with the victory as he powered Haskins down to the mat, made the 3-count stick. And in a minute 22 seconds, the winner is Thunderbolt Hamilton in the match. There you see him as he heads out of the ring. Victory in hand here over David Haskins. David Haskins certainly not an easy opponent, as a matter of fact. Former football player, collegiate football player, but Thunderbolt Hamilton got the win today.
Already ready for the action, bell time, and we are flat ready to have an interesting tag match coming up here, Dave.
You're right. Dundee and Landel going against Frank Morrell and David Haskins. Frank Morrell's going to be starting for his team. It's Dundee, the superstar, going for his. Morrell going to half-field him across the ring. Tag made by Frank Morrell. Here's David Haskins. Haskins with a good drop kick put Dundee down on the mat. Oh, Dundee was set up, and Haskins ran right into a fist. Buddy Landel jumps in there, and now both of them working on David Haskins. Dundee steps out. Landel, chop, a fist.
Landel's got a wicked chop, boy. I'll guarantee you.
He makes the tag now on Dundee. Dundee. Grabbing Haskins, backs him to the ropes, fires him across the ring. Clothesline. Dundee quickly to the corner, made the tag on Buddy Landel. Landel back in now. You're right, he uses that chop. Also, when he uses that right fist, he lets it fly, too.
Frank over in the corner is the guy that has the nature to wrestle Dundee and Landel. He's a rough and tough son of a gun, and he doesn't mind doing all of the things that it may take against guys like this to do it. David's a little more reserved, tries to follow the rules a little, and when you get in there with guys like Dundee and Landel, you can't do it. You just flat got to give it to them before they give it to you, because they're going to do it, friend. Dundee drives him down into the mat.
Yeah, we're coming up on the 2-minute mark in this one. Bill Dundee with David Haskins down on the mat. Frank Morrell steps in to kind of break things up a little bit. Buddy Landel, upper arm. David Haskins hit the mat. They're keeping Haskins over close to their corner, too, trying to keep him away from the tag on his larger partner, Frank Morrell.
Yeah, Frank started out. He made the tag on David, and we're in a situation where David has not been able to get out of there, Dave, since Haskins got in.
Well, they've kept him in, and the team of Landel and Dundee able to make quick tags. They're able to tag in and out very frequently since they're over so close to their corner to begin with. Look at Dundee using that right fist. Just time after time. Referee finally stepped in between them. Warns Dundee. Dundee turned and said something to Frank Morrell over in the corner.
And look at this. Landel slamming him from behind. I tell you, it's all I can do to keep from grabbing that rope on that bell and just ringing the son of a gun. It's not our position to do that, but it really makes you hot, these guys. Landel put the flip on David Haskins. Now he's got
some sort of chin lock on him there. A body slam. Landel goes over and distracts the referee. Look at Dundee. He came off the top rope. As he leaves, he put a boot on the side of David Haskins' head. Now they make a tag. Landel steps out. Dundee dancing around saying, come on. Dundee clotheslines Haskins, leaves him lying in the ring. Landel picks him up. Morrell, meanwhile, nails Dundee. Look out, Landel goes for the figure 4 leg lock. He's got it. That's going to be it.
Smart move for David to give it up right there, because Landel, both of these guys can wrestle. We've never seen anything else but their attitude is so lousy, and the stuff that they do in there is just absolutely makes you so hot. You want to get a gun after the guys. David Haskins had to submit. Well, there he is. It's been a while. Coming back, Joe Leduc, who will be in there with David Haskins and just looking into those eyes. I'm glad I'm not Haskins.
Yes, indeed. Boy, I tell you, this is going to be one fall 15-minute time limit. David Haskins at 235 pounds out of Memphis, Tennessee, and going against him out of Montreal, Canada, 286 pounds, the French-Canadian Joe Leduc. This match, one fall 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Leduc, one of the pure strong men I think that we have ever seen. He is a powerhouse. David Haskins is a good athlete. Goes into top wrist lock with Joe, and there's an example of it right there.
Power, just raw power. You're right.
David is certainly no featherweight.
No, at 235, he's a pretty good-sized young man, and good strength too. Former college football player. He's in good shape. But boy, look at the size of Leduc beside him. Leduc powering over him. Leduc has him back on the ropes. Oh, big lumberjack broad arm.
I don't know whether the people can hear it or not, but you hear that low growl. That's Leduc. It sounds like my Doberman when he's going.
David Haskins. Yeah, you see Leduc. I think you can hear him there.
Front face lock, and he's got a Haskins. Can I tell you, he's in trouble even with a front face lock with the strength of this guy.
Especially when you had a right hand like Leduc just did.
The stories of the things that this guy has done in terms of strength, absolutely unbelievable. Haskins whipped over into the turnbuckle. Joe just comes in, grabs him by the throat. Referee starts the count. Came down here to these parts with Jean-Louis.
That's right, Jean-Louis. Leduc with a drop kick.
What an amazing thing.
Wow.
And this is the thing, when you look at him, you figure he'd be lucky to get 1 foot ahead of the other. Wrong. Boy, let me tell you, this guy can move.
Haskins trying to come back with right hand, followed by right hand to the midsection. Leduc still on his feet. Haskins knocked him back into a corner. Leduc slides out of the whip. Down to the mat he goes, counts 2 and 3. And just like that, 2 minutes, 14 seconds, Joe Leduc with an amazing reversal. Again, for a man his size, the agility he displayed right there in that reversal. He dropped down on Haskins, and when that 286 pounds hit, it was over.
Joe, anything you say. Southern Tag Team Champions Tony Falk standing in for J.D. Costello. Bell time as the jackets and helmets come off. We're about ready for the action. Okay, here we go. Going against Morrell and Haskins.
All right, Frank Morrell starting for his team. Frank weighing in at about 260 pounds. And the Mod Squad. Both of these guys big. Spike and Basher.
Interesting team of Morrell and Haskins. Both of them got good size. Frank, of course, a big fella at about 250, and he is a rough and tough son of a gun. Wrestled for years as the spoiler and whipped a lot of bodies, and he doesn't mind doing it if that's what it takes.
He's over to the corner now for the tag on his partner, young David Haskins. Haskins was got to feel glad he's got a partner of Frank Morrell's experience as he goes against these guys here. Good drop kick.
Yes, sir.
Nice one by Haskins.
A little leapfrog, drop kick, bars that arm, and David Haskins kind of inspired by Frank, as Billy Travis was. Whoa, a little too quick.
Yeah, he went for that drop kick, and the Mod Squad helping each other out. Haskins missed it by a mile. Boy, how many times have we seen a missed drop kick turn the tide in a match?
Turn the entire situation around. Absolutely right. Here's Frank Morrell, who comes in and grabs the Mod Squad, Spike and Basher. Now Falk jumps up on the ring apron, and from behind, Morrell nailed by Basher, and Spike ripping away at him as he had a chain on his hand, didn't he, Dave?
He had a chain wrapped around his knuckles.
Boy, I'll tell you, he popped him open, too. I'm looking at the blood on Spike where he's been pounded on Frank Morrell, and his chest is covered with it. He had a chain on his hand, and when Morrell came in, helping out his partner when they were double teaming, and Falk jumped up on the ring apron, Frank Morrell came ripping across, and boy, I'll tell you what, the Mod Squad didn't take them long to pull that chain out and start pounding on him. Morrell trying to battle his way back.
Spike in the ring. The Basher was trying to help from outside when they were over in the corner. But Frank taking a wild swing, his forehead cut open.
Tag on Basher, and Spike has done his damage, turns him over to his partner. Morrell, the referee trying to protect him over there on the side, and David Haskins comes in and attacks the Mod Squad. Basher, Tony Falk comes in, and that's going to be a disqualification as Falk pile drives David Haskins, while the other two, they got that chain back out and ripping on Frank Morrell.
They got Falk with another pile driver on David Haskins. When Falk jumped in the ring, that was disqualification right there, so the Mod Squad's going to lose it. But they're really doing some damage. Now they're choking Morrell, pounding him with that chain wrapped around their wrist.
Mod Squad, insane stuff to jump on somebody and pound them with a chain, and got three of them going at him. Falk has already gotten them disqualified, and he comes over, and he's kicking away on Morrell. Oh, man, oh, man. Here comes Billy Travis. Dutch Mantell. Travis, Mantell, Jeff Jarrett out. The Mod Squad take off. Big Joe Leduc, Eddie Marlin out, and Frank Morrell is flaked out in that ring. Good night. They pound on him. Look at that head. He is covered with blood, Dave. Okay, we're ready to go with our next bout. This one's going to be Hustler Rip Rogers making his first appearance in a long time. Rip?
That's right. Hustler Rip Rogers is here. Get that camera on me. I'm the star around this place. I've wrestled in every major arena, United States of America, Europe, you name it, I've been there. You know, I'm not one to brag on myself, but I am a former Florida heavyweight champion. I have held the Southeastern title, one half the National Tag Team Championship, Pacific Coast heavyweight champion, Texas heavyweight champion, you name it, I've been there and I've done it. And let me tell you one thing, Lance Russell, I want to say hi to my mommy, my daddy, my grandma, and everybody in Seymour, Indiana, because I am the man that put Seymour, Indiana on the map. I'm here in the Mid-South, baby, and I'm going to make a name for myself. Thank you very much.
There's the hustler, Rip Rogers, making his first appearance in a long time on Championship Wrestling Day.
Yes, indeed. Well, he's held some titles and been some places, no doubt about it. And we're going to get a look at him right here as he goes against David Haskins. David, former collegiate football player, weighs in about 235, good size on him. Rip Rogers. Yeah. He's got things in hand here.
Wasn't there some fella named Mellencamp from Seymour, Indiana, or some kind of name like that?
Seems to me that's where most people looking at a map discovered Seymour, Indiana, from John Cougar Mellencamp.
Now, we didn't know that it was Rip Rogers that put it on the map.
No, I didn't until just a moment ago when he said that, as a matter of fact. Rip Rogers doesn't lack for confidence, I'll guarantee you that. He grabs David Haskins, slams his head into the top turnbuckle, and nailed him in the back while he was over there. Rip Rogers dropped down with the upper arm. He's got Haskins on the map, and he steps on him. Rip Rogers. Oh. He smacked Haskins down to the mat and back in the corner. Look out, there he goes out of the ring. Rip Rogers threw him between the ropes. Haskins is down on the floor. Rip Rogers out of the ring. Yeah, just helping him, he says. I'm just going to help him. Yeah, a lot of help there, thanks. Broad arm in the back. He picks Haskins up, rolls him under the bottom rope, and now Rip Rogers coming back in the ring. Seymour, Indiana, as he told you, he's a former Florida heavyweight champion, a former Southeastern champion, Pacific Coast champion. He's here holding no belt, but he's determined, he says, to make a name for himself. He went for a cover. Referee started the count, and he says, not yet. He picked Haskins up. The suplex by Rip Rogers. Yeah. Taking a little time to show off for the camera. Counts at 1, 2, and he picks him up at the 2 count. Rip Rogers refusing to go for the 3 count against David Haskins. He's had him in position twice where he probably could have gotten the count of 3. But he broke it at 1 the first time and 2 the second time, and now he's just punishing David Haskins. Hangs him up on the top rope. Now flips him back into the middle of the ring. Rip Rogers puts Haskins into the ropes. Clotheslines him coming off of there, and Haskins in serious trouble. Rip Rogers with a Boston Crab. Haskins has to give it up. The Boston Crab by Rip Rogers. He got a good one on Haskins, but he had Haskins in pretty bad shape to begin with, as he'd been really working him over for over 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 21 seconds is the time. And Rip Rogers has, in fact, started making a name for himself in this territory around here, as he gets the victory here in convincing style as he steps in right now. Waiting for the signal from the referee, Frank Morrell. David Haskins in the ring already, and the bell sounds, and here we go. Match number 2 on Championship Wrestling, as we're really moving here today. Boy, we got some great tag team action still to go, so stay with us right here. Rip Rogers Boy, he never at a loss for words. I got to tell you that. He's been around here for some weeks now. And he's been impressive. Got to give it to him. He's in there with big Frank Morrell now. Frank will weigh in about 260 pounds. Hey, he reverses and puts Rogers back in the corner. Let him have it with the right hand, and then flips him out of the corner. Rip Rogers complaining he had his hair pulled. Referee says, yeah, I know, I saw that. So he warned Frank Morrell about it. No hair pulling. Who's bad, says Rip Rogers. He puts a twist on the arm of Frank Morrell. You can see who's bad right back with a twist. Frank Morrell reversed it. Rogers, big forearm. He hit him with a fist. Can't see from this particular angle, but it looks like he is letting him have it with a right fist, too. Hey, here's Morrell off the ropes. I saw that, no doubt about it. He returned the favor with a fist. Morrell makes the tag on David Haskins. Haskins wraps up that left arm. Rogers went to the hair, grabs Haskins, pulls him back to the corner, and the tag is made. Baron von Brauner, Munich, Germany. Rogers claims he weighs 290 pounds. He actually weighs about 275. That's still plenty big, let me tell you. Our first look at him on Championship Wrestling right now. The Baron out of Germany. Forearm. David Haskins back on the rope. Referee trying to get him off the ropes. Von Brauner. Oh, those are the big bear hug. Runs Haskins into the turnbuckles. Rip Rogers celebrating already in his corner. He feels like the Baron has things well in hand here. Von Brauner climbs up onto the middle of the rope. Onto the middle rope, and he came down right across the back of Haskins. Now Von Brauner, the Baron, makes the tag on Rip Rogers. Rogers drops down, double forearm across the back. Haskins, look out, thrown out of the ring down onto the floor. Baron Von Brauner down here after him. The Baron throws him back into the ring, under the rope. Rip Rogers waiting for him right there, and out he comes again. Rogers says, hey, here he comes, Baron. He threw him right back out of the ring. Von Brauner, runs him into the ring post. Haskins run into the ring post by Baron Von Brauner, now thrown back into the ring. Rip Rogers waiting for him there. We're 3 minutes into the action. One fall, 15-minute time limit match. Von Brauner off the ropes with a forearm. Rip Rogers back outside now. Rogers calling for the Baron to throw him into the turnbuckles, which he did. Haskins really has been pounded on here. Tag made by Rip Rogers. He says, come on in. There's a choke by Rip. Von Brauner with a forearm across the back. Now he picks Haskins up, body slams him, drops with a cover. 1, 2, picked him up for the 2 count is all he got. Just a 2 count. 4 minutes gone in the match, and Rip Rogers coming in. Haskins snapped down with a suplex by Rip Rogers. Here's a cover. Count is 1. Said, he's not going to pin him. Here comes Baron Von Brauner back in. He slams Haskins down. Picks him up by the hair. Into the rope. He's got that claw on him. Von Brauner with the claw on David Haskins. He gave up. Haskins had to give it up. Submission by Baron Von Brauner on David Haskins here. Frank Morrell in there finally was able to kick the Baron and get that claw broken. He's attending to David Haskins right now. Meanwhile, there they go with their hands raised. Baron Von Brauner and Rip Rogers. It's Dundee. He's upset. He's going to be going against David Haskins.
Oh, I don't want to be David Haskins.
No. Dundee goes right after him, but David Haskins set. Takes him down. Comes with a drop kick.
Well, he was mad, and he made mistakes right off the bat. Oh, uh-oh.
David
Speaking
misses
mistake.
a drop kick. Yeah, what a big mistake that is, too, in a match. Stretched out there, and Dundee was hanging onto the ropes. Haskins just hit the mat. Dundee flips him into the rope. Got him with a forearm coming off. That's a right fist to the side of the face 3 times now. Referee counting. There's a cover by Dundee. Counts 1, 2. Haskins kicks out at the 2 count. David thrown through the ropes down onto the floor.
Boy, Dundee changed his tune, too. He came out here at first, and he said, if he'll call me, I'll accept his apology. Then he said, no way. Haskins taking the brunt of the anger that Dundee worked up against Buddy Landel.
Dundee forcing Haskins down to the mat again. Minute and a half into the action. Dundee and the referee, well, Dundee trying to talk Haskins into giving up on submission. Referee checking with him. Haskins shaking his head, though. He's staying in there. Dundee now getting a little upset with the crowd. They were chanting, "Go, David, go."
Goes right back to Haskins, wraps that arm around the rope and kicks him right in the shoulder. Rips him with a right hand.
Haskins unceremoniously dumped over the back coming off the ropes. Dundee picks him up, whips him into the ropes again. Look out, it's 2, 3, got him, yeah. 2 minutes, 29 seconds. Bill Dundee getting the... All right, next tag team match ready to go here. The superstar, Bill Dundee, hustler Rip Rogers. Yeah, holding the belt up. Wants to remind everyone that he does, in fact, hold the belt. Going against him, it's going to be David Haskins and Tracy Smothers. And as soon as we get all the warm-up jackets handed out of the corner, we will be ready to get this one underway. Tracy Smothers waiting for his team. Going to be hustler Rip Rogers for his, and here we go.
Yeah, we've got Smothers and Haskins going against. This is quite a combination because currently Rip Rogers is the Mid-America champion.
Right.
And Bill Dundee most recently was the Southern heavyweight title holder. Nobody has that belt right at the moment, at this very second. And so you've got Smothers and Haskins going against a couple of rugged son of a gun. Tracy looking awfully big, awfully good. He's got all the physical tools. He's getting the experience. He looks better now than we've seen him in any time in his career. There's a tag on David Haskins, another good athlete, climbs through the rope, drops an elbow on Rip Rogers. Rip goes to the hair, jerks him off his feet. There's Dundee.
Dundee just really pounding on David Haskins. Throws him over to the corner and says, "Make your tag," and he does. Here's Tracy Smothers. Dundee drops him off his feet, spins on a toe hold. Dundee back to the corner now. Makes the tag on the hustler Rip Rogers out of Seymour, Indiana.
Still to go. We've got the Nightmares returning to championship wrestling, first time in quite some time. Fire and Flame, brand new team, will be in there.
Yeah, with J.D. Costello in their corner. Dundee, Tracy Smothers going after each other here. Back in the corner. Dundee hops him open hand across the chest. Into the rope. Smothers bounced out of there, and Dundee was waiting for him. Dundee now makes the tag. Rip Rogers. He snapped Smothers back in a suplex. 2.5 minutes gone. Rip Rogers with a choke now on Tracy Smothers.
Right at the 3-minute mark as we have 7 minutes to go in this match. Dundee rams that head of his into the midsection. But look at that Smothers fight back. All right, Tracy.
Tracy started to the corner, but Rip Rogers grabbed his feet from outside, kept him away from the tag on Haskins. Now Tracy's close to the tag, and he gets it. Here comes David Haskins in. Haskins goes after Dundee. Look out behind. Here's Rip Rogers, and now watch out. You got to deal with both of them, David. Not a pleasant thought. Double clothesline. Tracy's in there. Got all 4 of them in the ring. Boy, Tracy sent Dundee scooting across the ring on his backside.
Pile driver while the referee was getting Tracy Smothers out of there. 2, 3, and that's it.
Yeah, they double-teamed on Haskins and got the pile driver on him. Rip Rogers is the one that put it on him. And now Smothers grabbed from behind by Rip Rogers. Dundee going in there after. Here comes Landel and Dutch Mantel. And there goes Dundee. There goes Rip Rogers. Let's clean the ring out. All right, coming up here, one fall, 10-minute time limit match. And the international champions have placed the trophies for safekeeping over here on the desk during this match. David Haskins and Tracy Smothers will be facing them. Tracy out of Springfield, Tennessee. David Haskins wrestling out of Memphis. They weigh in at a total weight of 458 pounds. And they are not giving away too much weight to this team of Akio, Sato, and Tarzan Goto.
I think that was one of the things that first astounded me, Dave, when I saw Sato and Goto for the very first time, is that they are not one of these great, huge teams. They come in, as a matter of fact, at around 450 pounds total, but their athletic ability and their use of the martial arts integrated in with the catch-can wrestling is unreal.
Boy, and that kick we just saw where they wrapped up that match a moment ago in the highlights, if that's any indication of the rest of their athletic ability, we're dealing with a rugged tag team here.
Ask Tracy Smothers right about now. Boy, he just took a couple of shots from Goto. Goto rams him into the knee over here as Akio Sato held it ready.
Goto, lower leg across the throat here.
These guys come out of Tokyo, Japan with such credentials. I am here to tell you, we have heard so much about them. And Tracy Smothers is not awed. He's battling his way back with Sato, who whips him across into the turnbuckle. Did he fire him?
Boy, he did. He threw him in there hard. He bounced into the turnbuckles.
There's a cover, but Tracy kicks his way out. Look at the legs on that Sato. That's where he gets that power to whip off like that. Unreal.
Oh, yeah. Drop kick from Tracy Smothers, too. He's trying to get to the corner and tag Haskins. But Goto in between him and the tag, and no tag made. Tracy Smothers staying in there.
Boy, has Tracy matured since he left and came back. That guy really picked up some experience, and he's a lot more aggressive than he used to be.
Always had good size, but the experience does pay dividends, and I think that's what we've seen the last couple of weeks out of Tracy. Goto put him down to the mat with that one. He covers. Counted 2, but Tracy Smothers still got some fight left in him, kicks out of it. And the Japanese team makes a tag.
Tracy firing away on Akio Akio Sato.
Whoa!
With a big chop now going up on the rope. Sato coming down hard.
Akio Sato. I'm impressed, I got to tell you, with the way this Japanese team looked. He slammed Smothers' head into the head of Goto.
Yeah, Goto just put the top of that head available, and he banged the forehead of Tracy Smothers. And look at Tracy still fighting his way, but he has taken some punishment. Tag on David Haskins.
Haskins' first official appearance in the match. All of them in there, all of them battling. Referee trying to get Tracy back outside. Meanwhile, Sato and Goto double team on Haskins. Big kick.
Goto holding, and it was Sato pitching. That's going to be it. 2-3.
Oh, 3 minutes, 33 seconds of action, and the Japanese team leaving no doubt that they can take control of the match and win it rather handily, even against competition that is bigger than they are, as Haskins and Smothers outweigh them by about 8 pounds. They're checking Haskins' throat over now where he got kicked.